In the midst of your delirium, and I got to hear more than I needed to, I mentioned to you that there was only one thing I thought worthy of your time from Raw, which I thought would A, get us around reviewing the entirety of Raw, but B, actually focus on something I thought was a really strong segment. I built it up pretty big to you. Let's find out what you think.
Well, yeah, and in a roundabout way, you're talking about the Raw from Monday night, September 16th, which opened with like Mussolini.
Oh.
I was afraid I'd poopy. But no, the opening, let's just stop it now. The opening segment was our friend CM Punk doing a promo because this thing with he and Drew McIntyre will never be over. But first, they did the thing, and again, they're artistes now, and I think AEW is trying to copy it slightly, where they have the guys at the start of the show walking in the building. It didn't exactly look the same as like when they do it in the WWE, but they did the shot where Punk pulls into the garage in his car, and they have a long single camera shot where he walks all the way through the back, through Gorilla with a game face on. He's focused, and straight through Gorilla out onto the stage and through the curtain. And this time he was slow, he was deliberate, there was no celebration going out there, wasn't firing people up. He gave up the big, and he still had a big entrance, but he gave up the big, I'm excited entrance for the issue because he's fucking highly pissed, right? And he took his time starting because they had the CM Punk chants going and the cheers and blah, blah, blah. And he kind of said what I said at the beginning of the program with, I thwart all you people who wish my demise. He says, even if some of you may not like it, depending on how you feel about it, I've got way more matches in me than some people think. And there was bigger chance at that. And he did a serious promo. And the thing is, at least he bothers to try. This was a promo that could have worked again on territory TV 40 years ago or whatever, when you didn't admit or act like or intimate in any way, shape, or form that this was not a legitimate fucking issue and you hated a guy, right? It was refreshing to see a wrestling promo on a wrestling show. And yes, probably the AEW fans, that small segment of society, will say, oh, everybody knows and this is a work and he did do it. Well, but the thing is, I know it's a work when I go see De Niro in a fucking movie or Pacino or any of those other O's. But I don't expect them to, in the middle of the bank robbery or the dramatic scene or the goddamn big reveal, turn and wink at me to let me know that it's a movie. So he did a promo. He went over his history with Drew McIntyre. It should have been over, but I'm too stubborn. And Drew McIntyre's mistake is not getting the job done. And then he said, he had said he had more matches in him, but he said, how many Hell in a Cell matches do I have left? Honestly, 0. And my sister and my wife asked me not to do this. And the people started rumbling because they thought he was going to back out of it. And then he said, so please allow me to tell you why I'm going to do this. And got a big pop and got the Punk chance. And the only way that this is going to end, it's going to be over, is Hell in a Cell. And he can't promise McIntyre that he'll kill him, because I don't make promises I'm not 100% sure I'm not going to keep. But he promised him that he's going to make him bleed, and you're going to have to kill me. And then he finished up with, I'm prepared for this to be the end of CM Punk. If you're prepared for this to be the end of Drew McIntyre, I'll see you in hell. And it was a straight fucking serious promo to build interest in what is pretty much acknowledged to be their top rivalry of the year. And even if everybody knows, well, they're not really fighting or whatever the fuck, he meant it. And he was the De Niro or the Pacino or the Matsumoto or whatever in the fucking piece. So I know you liked it, but did you think I would like it because of what that I just said that I liked it for?
I thought you would like it because of the change of tone, and it was a necessary change of tone because of the pace and the way they've been doing this whole thing and the injuries and the attacks. I thought it was one of his strongest promos since he's returned. What did you think? I guess it's a minor thing, but it stood out to me. The use of the word kill. That's like one of those words you would never hear under Vince McMahon.
Yeah. And normally they would even tell you not to say that in the territories because, well, nobody believes we're going to kill anybody. But here's the thing. He didn't say he was going to. He loopholed it to where it worked. I can't promise I'm going to kill you because I don't make promises I'm not sure I can keep. But you're going to have to kill me to beat me. Well, and that tells me it sounds like Punk thinks he's going to win. But nobody's going to die, but the word was there. And it just, again, you can be serious on the wrestling program because you're insulting people's intelligence, in my mind, if you go out on the goddamn wrestling show and are unprofessional enough to wink and nod and giggle and do the funny stuff in the middle of what's supposed to be deadly serious. And that's why that the other jackoffs can't draw any money because nobody takes anything seriously except people falling through furniture, which gets old and is miscellaneous people. We don't. Wow, who took the best table bump last week in AEW? I don't know, there were 7. But you remember something like this because he was serious and he's a star and it's a big deal. So I liked that. And then Wade Barrett quoted, "The devil went down to Georgia." I didn't, well, he's from across the pond, but I guess he's been here a number of years, hadn't he?
I guess so. I mean, he worked for Florida Championship Wrestling or NXT, whatever it was, and that's in Florida, so you got to think someone was listening to it.
They're big Charlie Daniels fans down in Florida. Because every once in a while, when the devil was in Georgia, he'd stop down for a vacation in Florida, go to Disney World. Anyway, this is your program.
Well, that was all you watched on Raw, and
yes, it was, and that's why I had a happy birthday.
And again, to summarize, you thought that was a very strong segment.
Yes, I did. I give that one a 10. It was easy to dance to it. It had a good beat.
If you had to place a wager going into it, how good it would be, do you think you would have gotten that correct?
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know whether I would have gotten that correct, but I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, the way that you can get things correct if you want to bet on the NFL, that's the National Football League. And they play football, from what I understand, and they make touchdowns. And if you want to start out with something simple on betting on a touchdown, then you go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and you make your pick. And if you've got 2 teams playing each other, and you pick which one of those, it doesn't matter, either team, or maybe both teams. You never know what you might do. Bet on which one of them's going to score a touchdown. If they score a touchdown, you win money. What could be easier than that, Brian?
Nothing at all.
Can you bet on field goals?
I would assume so, yes.
Can you bet on extra points after the touchdown?
Possibly, I would assume so, yes.
Can you bet on somebody making an interception?
I assume so, yeah. Are you going somewhere? You could bet on all the things that happen in a football game.
Well, I was about to say, can you bet that those are the only football terms that I know? So I bet you can bet on more things, but I don't know what they are. But folks, right now, if you know your football and you want to make some money, score big with the DraftKings Sportsbook. You go and you download the app. And then if you are a new customer, Then all you got to do is bet $5 and you're going to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So if you bet on Joe Namath to make a touchdown, you bet $5 on him, then you get $200 in bonus bets where you could bet on Dick Butkus, and you could bet on Willie Mays, and you could bet on somebody else to make a touchdown too, and you'd still have money left over to bet.
Well, almost, you at least got some athletes in there, not necessarily all football players, but the
and
crown
what's that
is yours.
guy named? Is Travis something or other? He's fucking Taylor Swift.
Once again, the crown is yours, or Travis's, whoever it may be, with DraftKings.
I bet you Travis feels like a king, but yeah, right now, folks, if you want to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, new customers bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you use the code JCE. JCE is it, $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5. It's the number one place to bet touchdowns. You can possibly bet interceptions, other terminology I'm not aware of. And if you want to bet how many times a week that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift bump uglies, it might be on there too. Because DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
That's right, and I believe we have something to say about that.
We got Motormouth. We got Motormouth is back, right?
I'm trying to find Motormouth right now.
Where is he? Has he gone outside to take a break?
Sir, will you please come here and let's hope that you're going to say the right thing, because it's somewhat confusing the way this is laid out over here. But yeah, our friend is here and he has something to say. Let's go to him right now.
Right now.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Well, that clears it up. The crown is yours.
Yeah, that's clear as day now. And I'll tell you, if you've got a problem gambling, folks, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, and it'll become much easier.